Boom shakalaka.
Hello. I trying to make. I was trying to see if I could make my reservations for Disneyland before it started, and then anyway. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another chat with Castlescapes and Clones. This is where we discuss everything in the Disney universe. We could be talking about Disney, Star Wars, Lucasfilm, Marvel, the Muppets, Pixar, even 20th century. So much to talk about. And if you aren't subscribed already, we would love it if you would subscribe. And if you're in the audience, um, let us know in the comments. And otherwise, I'm here with my cousin and co pilot, as always, Cousin Rich.
Hello. You are really out of focus.
Am I? What the heck? Whoa, what the heck? Why am I so out of focus? All right, talk amongst yourselves. What are you? I don't know what's going on.
I do not know. There you go.
There we go. Okay.
Yay.
Anyway, how's it going?
It's going. All right. How are you?
Yeah. Yeah, same. I am really upset right now
Why?
because we were talking about this a little bit before, but in 15 years, I'm a charter member of D23. Charter, I've always been a gold member, charter member. And so I slacked off on buying tickets to D23 Expo. And for the first time in 15 years, I am not able to buy tickets. And I'm so upset right now. I can't even, I can't even,
It
I
was
can't
not
even.
a great experience. Um, so D23 Expo tickets went on sale last week. There
Hmm.
were two pre-sales and then general sales. The
Yeah.
first pre-sale was just for gold members, right?
Hmm.
Um, it was one of those waiting room kind of things. You go to the website and they put you in line
Yeah.
randomly. I was there before, like I had the website up before it opened, and then as soon as it turned whatever time it was, they placed me in queue.
Hmm.
But I was number like 30,000 something something.
Wow.
I waited about 5 hours before they told me that the website said that all pre-sales were over for the day, right? So
Man.
and and the like a couple things sold out
Uh
that
huh.
day. The I think most of so I think we talked about last time, but like the way that they did it this year is that the big three panels, the Legends panel, the Parks and stuff panel, and then all those entertainment, the movies and TV show panel.
Yeah.
Usually really hard to get into. You have to do a lot. They used to do a lottery system, but it used to be held at the convention center, right, in the biggest kind of room.
Right.
This year, they're holding it in the Honda Center, which is an amphitheater. It's like it's a
The stadium.
stadium, right?
Yeah.
So more people can go, but they're selling that kind of separately. Um, but the deal was if you buy like you can buy 1 day, 2 days, or all 3 days, but and there's a level of those with tickets to those shows for that day
Yeah.
or for all 3 days, and by section. Like the cheapest one will be the nosebleeds, the highest levels, like the
Hmm.
400 section, and then the next one would be the 200s, and then the 100s, and then the VIP tickets, the $1,000 tickets. Those were like floor seats.
Yeah.
Everything but the VIP, the ultimate VIP ticket sold out like that first day.
It's just so crazy.
Which I wasn't gonna get anyway. So I'm like, all right,
Yeah, I
cool.
mean, I wasn't gonna get like the I wasn't gonna get any of the Honda Center. I just wanted to go
Right.
to the expo hall and maybe whatever panels they had
Yeah.
at thing.
Uh,
That's all that I wanted to do. And even if I just did the expo hall, that would be great. But no. Oh, first of all, hold up. Hi, Soren Chana. Thank you
hello.
for joining us.
Um, the second day of pre-sales were for gold members and Visa card holders, which
Yeah.
also I am. So I entered the queue again at the beginning. I got placed like 10,000 this time. But like when I got to my turn at the end of the day, like
Mhm.
Saturday had already sold out, and that's the day I wanted to go. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try
Someday.
during general sales, right?
Yeah.
To get Saturday. Little did I know that's not how that worked. That second day, they sold out Saturday for everybody. So even general populace would not be able to get Saturday, and whatever else sold out
I tell
between
you.
then. So I entered in the next day, and I got in, but Saturday was the day I wanted to go.
Yeah.
And then I talked to my family, and they were like, "Well, try to get Friday." So try to get Friday. That's sold out, and so
Yeah.
we're going on Sunday.
Yeah.
We managed to
So
get tickets for Sunday.
were you able to get them for Jamie and Ryan and Cassiano?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, nice. I'm being Comic Con. I'm being Comic Con. Ugh.
yeah. It was
Anyway,
yeah,
well,
it's horrible.
yay. Well, okay. Then if I see any exclusives, I may ask you to try to get me something,
I mean, it'd be
so that
tough
way I don't feel like such a
because
loser.
I only have that's one. I'm going Sunday, so a lot of those things are getting sold out anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about like pins because
Yeah,
that's gonna be that's too crazy. But like I don't know, something. I just want something.
we'll see. As it's
All
like
right.
it's the shortest day, so it's like
Yeah.
time is more of the essence at that point. But yeah, it wasn't great. It's first time. Um, like I've been going for 15 years, but like I've been going for the past, I don't know, more than a decade, right?
Yeah.
I've always got the 3-day pass.
Yeah, same with me.
Nope.
It's always been, and I've always been able to wait at least a month. And
Yeah,
for some reason this year, they, I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know. So boo.
all right. Well, let's move on to the news. Um, so at the top of the news, we were supposed to do this on Tuesday, but I was not feeling well that day, so we moved it to Thursday, which was great because now we can talk about um, the renewed strengthening of Disney. Uh, as many of you might know, there was a activist lawyer, investor, I mean, activist investor named Nelson Peltz, who has been for the last couple of years trying to get on the board and like take control of the board. And he had this time gotten Jay Rizzullo, who was what was he? Former like Parks and Rec, I think.
Okay.
Um I think so. I think that's what it was. Now I can't remember because hashtag old. But and then they were also trying to get Ike Perlmutter, who was the CEO of Marvel Entertainment. And he's just the worst. And then um, I guess all of the Disney family like decided to back Bob Iger and his choices for the board. And I think that helped, and the fact that they kept using the quotes from Nelson Peltz saying how like dumb it was for Marvel to try to, diversify its hero base. And I mean, that's definitely a Perlmutter thing. So
It was a very like I'm glad he said it because
mhm,
that solidified that put it more in the public eye that
yeah,
this was going on, and it also put in the public eye just kind of person he was, because the quote was like, "Why do I need a black
yeah,
led
superhero
movie? Why
movement.
do I
Yeah,
need a female? Like, you're an old rich white dude. It's
yeah,
not for you, right?" And
yeah.
that's how, and that in itself is like there's no way. That was like
Hmm.
terrible. Not to mention that Miss Marvel and Black Panther were both $1 billion movies. So I don't know
Yeah,
what he's on about.
I don't know.
But
It's that whole thing. It's
but
that
yeah,
whole
and
thing.
then George Lucas came out in support, a couple
Hmm.
other high profile people.
Yeah,
And with a pretty strong margin.
I
I
voted.
You did vote, yeah. You
Yeah,
you
I
so
got.
you had to be at least a shareholder to vote.
Yeah, why with my one sharehold?
Yeah, yeah.
With my
There
one
you go.
share, I mean.
It's something.
Yeah. So anyway, yay. You know, calmer heads prevailed, and we will, we'll continue moving forward. All right. So now, talking about crazy things happening. So as we know, Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, and Disney, they are settling. They're renegotiating outside of court, and they're placing the lawsuit. Disney is placing its lawsuit against DeSantis um, on hold until they get the negotiations. So it's like it's just like a lot about you know we all knew this is where it was going to go anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it was just spent wasting a lot of time, wasting a lot of money on both
It's a lot, yeah, it's a
sides.
lot of time and money.
And not to say that Disney was like always ahead of anything. They lost a couple like things that they tried to do that didn't go anywhere
Yeah,
in this battle, as well did Ron DeSantis. Um,
yeah,
like it's almost this weird like if it's business as usual. Even Ron DeSantis came out and like in a press conference talking about how Disney's going to open a fifth park,
hmm,
in answer to Universal's epic universe.
yeah,
So I just figure Ron DeSantis like it didn't help him in his presidential run. So
no.
there's no point in fact, it probably hurt him, if anything, because everyone,
Oh, I think it
even
did.
Republicans, were just like, "Dude." So that's
Yeah,
probably a factor in this whole thing. Is like he's like this was not the gotcha that he thought it was going to be
yeah.
for his
I think he
voters.
thought. I think he thought that he was going to be like Trump,
Yeah,
and but no. So
yeah,
good riddance. That's all I'm saying.
yeah.
All
Now they
right.
can go
So
forward.
what?
That means everything that they want to do can probably go forward with very little wrinkles.
Resistance. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, so Hulu is now officially part of Disney Plus. They had been kind of beta testing it for a while, but now it looks like it is fully integrated into Disney Plus. Hulu still has its own app
yeah,
because we get live television through Hulu, but all the programs that you want to watch through Hulu. This is mostly like the kind of either FX stuff or 20th Century or ABC stuff that from Hulu that is kind of going over to Disney Plus. And yeah, I watched the latest episode of Shogun through Disney Plus and Vanderpump Villas,
Nice.
which is
It,
a
it's
a
it's
reality TV show.
very strange now because there are DC movies on Hulu,
Yeah,
and so I see that pop up on my Disney app. It's
yeah,
weird that Marvel and DC have things on the same service like
yeah.
that. I
That
mean,
is
like
funny.
especially
Yeah,
on. I mean, like if it was Netflix or some like not studio based, well, those studios, but like on a
yeah,
Disney specific app, there are DC hero movies on there.
yeah,
Um, so it's very funny. Um, but I do find now that like the new arrivals section of my Disney Plus app is very full of stuff from
yeah.
like
It's
very
now it's
different kinds of things.
yeah, and like the top thing that
Yeah.
the featured section. It was like when I opened it up last, it was American Horror Story, and I was like, oh, this is different.
Right. Hey kids,
But
want a good
I
time?
mean, they do have the parental controls now,
Right. Right.
so
Right.
yeah. So now, like if you have little kids, they can still open up the app, and it's just the Disney stuff that they get, and
Yeah.
Marvel and Star Wars, but not um, the Hulu stuff.
Right.
So that's great. I mean, I think it's great personally
Yeah. It's pretty
because
much the way it is international now because
yeah,
Star
yeah,
used to be, or Star is what
is.
most international places have on their Disney Plus app.
Hmm.
And so basically in the US, that's taken by Hulu.
Yeah,
We don't have Star. We have Stars, which is a whole different thing.
yeah.
Man.
All right. So I think it was today, right, that Disney parks showed off some of the animatronics for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and oh yeah, here is this it?
Yeah, so what this is actually there's a new channel on YouTube called Walt Disney Imagineering. So
Oh,
there's a whole like video. This is
there
just a
it is.
short. These are just little pieces of it.
I mean, that Mama Odie. I mean,
Yeah,
look at that. Look at that.
yeah. But
It's so amazing. But that Mama Odie in particular, for me,
right.
she looks like she just stepped right out of the movie. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
longer like the actual video is pretty long.
yeah, it's got like a song on it or something. But they showed the
No,
thing
no, no,
that
no.
you showed there was
What this comes from. This is a short from a longer
oh,
video. Like I
oh,
said,
okay.
Walt Disney Imagineering has a new YouTube page and a
Mm,
new YouTube specific show about Imagineering. And
maybe I'll check it.
this was their first video, and it was all about animatronics.
Yeah,
So all those little pieces were different pieces of that longer video. So I would check it out if I were you. It's very new. It's a brand new channel on YouTube. Walt Disney Imagineering.
hmm,
Look it up.
yeah,
Yeah, if you like behind the scenes stuff and like all that stuff, check it
yeah.
out.
But that, I mean, those animatronics look amazing. Like, I think everybody was like so impressed when what is it called in Epcot, Frozen something, Frozen something. You know what I'm
Uh,
talking about? The Frozen ride
yeah, the Frozen
at
ride.
Epcot.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when they had the screens on the faces, but now this is like totally animatronic.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, like
and yeah,
similar to what's that? Beauty and the Beast in Tokyo.
in Tokyo. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, you know, that the thing with the face projection works on some things.
Mm-hmm.
Like it works fine on the Mickey's Runaway Railway. But like
Yeah.
when I was riding the Frozen ride for the first time, it's very like it's okay. So it's not an animatronic face; it's just a
Right.
projection.
It's just a projection.
It just it just looks like I don't know if it's because by the time I got to see it, it's been there for a while, but the
Mm-hmm.
color doesn't match, so it just looks
Yeah.
like really pale Anna and Elsa.
Yeah.
But
That's what.
it's in several places, and it's just at the end when they're both standing there that it looks the worst because it's just
Right.
this weird mismatched colored face. It looks like they're wearing like kabuki masks.
I bet you they'll eventually upgrade that.
Hopefully,
I mean, but I mean, basically, this is showing though that this is not just a reskin of.
oh no, this they put some
I
work
mean, they
into
are putting some bucks into this thing
right. Even if
because
it was a
I,
reskin, if you look at both Splash Mountain and Tiana's Bayou Adventure, they
right,
put a lot of reskin on it. Like
yeah,
it looks like a totally different mountain than it used
yeah.
to. Where you know,
Although,
like Guardians of the Galaxy looks like they just slapped on some tech looking stuff on the Tower of Terror,
yeah,
right? Like you can still tell what it is, but this looks like a totally different attraction
hmm
from the outside. So imagine the inside's going to be crazy.
I know that's why I'm like now I've got to ride it though. I mean, like I had
Yeah,
stopped riding Splash Mountain for so long because of that one dip. I wonder if they're gonna fix it a little bit so that you don't quite get because there's this one part of it where the log goes like this and um it like gets your whole leg wet and your foot and it's so like I hate that feeling. So either that or I'll just have to find some Crocs or something like that and wear them on the ride.
yeah. I don't think
Um,
they'll because I don't know if that's a fix. 'Cause most
if
people
that's
ride that
what,
ride to be wet.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
why I don't go on it anymore. I haven't ridden Splash Mountain in a very long time.
yeah.
I just don't like being around walking around the park wet.
That's that's it. Like my foot, I don't mind. Like if my shirt gets wet or whatever, if it's hot outside, like it'll eventually dry off. But your shoe never really.
Shoes, socks, and jeans.
Yeah, shoe sock and jeans. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah.
Anywho, all right. So there's been some news about Inside Out 2. There's going to be a character called Nostalgia. Some people are labeling her as an emotion, but I think that she's going to be like one of those abstract, you know, um, characters that they have. Um, but June Squibb is going to be playing her. She was the antique um, store owner in Toy Story 4, and she was also a voice in Soul. So I'm looking forward to Inside Out too. Although honestly, the new emotions like don't look like they match the original emotions. Like they look like they're from two different movies for some reason. But I don't judge until I actually see it. So
Because oftentimes your
yeah,
initial reactions are wrong.
yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, exactly. There are movies that I hated when I first saw, and then I love them now. Okay, and then also at the meeting, at the shareholders meeting where we got renewed strength, they had revealed concept art for the Pandora Land that is coming to Disneyland, and this looks very. It looks familiar but different. than what is
Yeah.
in Florida. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, first of all, like, what is that boat in the middle of that lake?
Yeah, I'm imagine I haven't seen the second one, but I imagine it's more water based, so there'll probably be more water based stuff here.
Yeah.
So it's not the same. It's not a carbon copy of Animal Kingdom.
No, it does not look like one at all. Um, yeah, I'm just curious what that boat ride is in the middle of the thing. Now, I read somewhere that it looks like the boats from Pirates in Shanghai. And I mean, not that this is going to be Shanghai Pirates, but maybe
Maybe
there
taking that.
the boats are um that's what is it called now when they move trackless. Yeah. So
I mean, if those are similar boats to that attraction, because it's not the same pirates that we have, and it's the one in Shanghai is a totally different ride.
yeah, it's totally different.
But if they take that concept, kind of like how Dinosaur and Indiana Jones are the same ride,
yeah,
and Test Track and the Cars Land ride are practically the same ride.
yeah,
Maybe this will be that ride that's in Shanghai, but it's Avatar themed instead of Pirates themed.
I mean, that would be really cool.
I mean, like I'm not super excited about having a Pandora world or whatever, because whatever, it's a movie franchise I'm not excited about.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I like Avatar, but I mean, we've talked about this before. It's just like nobody remembers anybody's names. It's like all I know is Navi and Sully, and that's all I remember. And Sigourney Weaver was in the film, so
yes,
that's all I really remember from it. But I mean, if it's awesome, then I'll visit it quite often.
Right, like Animal Kingdom, the Pandora area is amazing at night, and the what's it called, the Flight of Passage or whatever, is a cool ride. The other one, the dark ride, is nice, but that wait is way not worth that ride.
Yeah,
that wait is always crazy long, and I'm like, this is not worth this. I'm waiting 2 hours in a line for this. No way.
I still have to. I've not been in there.
It's a cool thing, but we had fast passes at the time to it, so we didn't have to wait too long. But like, I saw the wait time for that, and that's ridiculously long. For essentially a dark ride. But for this, if this concept is anywhere close to what they're thinking, it means to me it's not going to be those two rides in Animal Kingdom brought to Disneyland. It's going to be different than Galaxy's Edge, where it's carbon copies of each other at both parks. This is going to be a different
thing,
part of Pandora than what we have.
Yeah, maybe this is the Way of Water kind of land.
Yeah, or whatever part 3.
Yeah, or part 3.
Because who knows even know when this is going to happen. I feel like if this is a whole land, it's got to be the expansion.
Yeah, it's got to be the forward Disneyland Forward kind of thing.
So who knows? Maybe this will tie into part 6, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
That is
part 12.
Like, I forget how many movies it's supposed to be. It's like, I know there's at least like 4.
Yeah.
I think there's like 5 or 6 though. So who knows when? By the time this comes out, maybe part 4 or 5, probably more 5 or 6 will be out.
Right.
So even then, so this might be outdated by the time those movies come out. But hey, I mean, if you haven't been to Pandora and Animal Kingdom, it looks amazing.
Yeah, then this will save me a trip. I'm just kidding.
I mean, like the floating rocks. They
Yeah,
pull
they
it off
look
very
really
well.
impressive. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like it's not my first choice of all the different IPs that Disney has to have a whole land for, but
yeah.
here we are.
Yeah. All right. So Disney Plus has greenlit the Wizards of Waverly Place sequel
Yes.
series, and I put that on here because I loved Wizards of Waverly Place. I had such good memories of watching it with the boys,
Oh, really?
and yeah, and just and I always loved Selena Gomez, so I'm so
I
glad
mean,
that she's
like
doing so
she's
well.
musically, she's not. I'm not her demographic,
Yeah.
but the acting I've seen her do, I'm a fan of
Oh yeah.
hers. Uh,
She's got comedy chops.
yes.
Yeah.
Like I know, like people compare, like it's also her and like Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift
Mhm.
is, I think, definitely the more musical aspect of things, and Selena is, I think, that more of an actress than
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, musically, I
Oh,
know
but I
more
do
Taylor
love.
Swift stuff than Selena's stuff. I'm
Yeah.
more, if I'm gonna listen to one of them, it'll be Taylor.
Mm.
But
You don't love I love you like a love song, baby.
I don't know,
Uh,
it just sounds too
Poppy
produced.
for you.
Pop. Well, I don't know, because Taylor Swift is poppy, but
Yeah.
like I feel like Taylor drives forward the
Mm.
whatever is popular. Selena, I think,
Yeah.
just kind of hangs where it is popular, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like there's like band, like even with like normal bands I like. There's bands where I think just sit in the era, and then there's bands that always move forward,
Right.
but are still
Like
popular.
Queen.
Yes, Queen is one of them.
Yeah.
Who never kind of sits in whatever area. Even now, doesn't sit in any kind of era. But like, um, I can't think of it now. Like Smashing Pumpkins kind of did it. Pearl Jam kind of does it. Green Day has, but then they kind of revert sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like as a musician myself, it
Yeah.
is what I like.
Right.
Right? It's not playing the same kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
like if you're Beyonce, want to do country music, go do country music. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I respect Beyonce, is because she's trying different things, and she's like trying to say, you know what? So what if you hate country? I want to do a country album,
Do a
and
country album. It's
but
fine.
she did it in a Beyonce way. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like it's not like just pure twang. It's like she took the essence of country and made it Beyonce songs.
Yeah.
And
That's why I like with Taylor, she started out more country-ish.
yeah,
And then, sometimes when I hear her songs, I'm like, I don't know what, I'm not a big connoisseur. Like if she's on the radio, fine, cool,
you're not
whatever.
a Swiftie.
I haven't watched the concert on Disney Plus, but boy,
I
I am
know, I know.
curious.
I
I am
keep
super
meaning
curious.
to though. Yeah, I
Um,
keep meaning to watch the Eras tour.
but like
'Cause,
I don't pinpoint her era. Like I know it's kind
yeah,
of eras, whatever, but like I can't sit there and be like, this is from 2000, this is from uh you know 2010 or whatever.
yeah.
It all sounds like whatever she wants is what it is, and that's
Mm-hmm.
cool.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yes, Wizards of Waverly Place sequel coming soon. Okay, so in Tokyo now, you know what's funny is I've been on all of the It's a Small Worlds around the world except for Tokyo,
Hmm.
and I've heard that it's the worst.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I don't know. But It's a
Interesting.
Small World in Tokyo. They are now retheming it to It's a Small World with Groot, and they're going to have all these Marvel characters in there. Like, yeah, you can see in there you've got the Guardians, Captain Marvel's up there, Doctor Strange. That is interesting because,
Yeah.
okay, so California and Hong Kong have the
Disney
Disney
characters.
characters. Yeah,
Okay.
Disney characters. Um, Walt Disney World, sorry, but it's dire to me. Like, I think I can't. If Tokyo's was the worst, I mean, like, that's saying something to me. Because I hate the Magic Kingdom's version of It's a Small World.
I mean, like,
Sorry, Magic Kingdom people, but mm-mm.
I mean, I remember last time I went to Disney World and seeing the queue. I was like,
Yeah,
this is
inside a
it's a small
building.
world. It just doesn't look. Then you'll see Disneyland's, and you're like, okay, this is like a ride. This is an attraction. This is a small world.
Yeah, this,
It looks grandiose.
yeah.
So I'm like, and I don't know, I can't remember the inside of the Disney World one.
It's not. You're like,
because it wasn't a carbon copy, really.
no, it's not a carbon copy. It looks
Right.
different. To me, it's because Disneyland is very Mary Blair,
Yes.
and in the actually my second favorite is Hong Kong, which almost gets it, but it's still not. Disney World, Disneyland Paris is different. It's just different. It's very European oriented, which, like Hong Kong is also very Asian oriented. And then I like they try to make you think that it's Mary Blair in Magic Kingdom, but it's not. Like, if you have a discerning eye, you can definitely tell. Yeah. I mean, I can tell. Like, it's like seeing Picasso and those sad clown paintings. It's like, that's what it looks like to me.
Or is it like Picasso and AI Picasso?
Maybe, I don't know.
How you emulate Picasso, but like it's off, and it's off.
Yeah, it's off, and yeah, exactly. That's exactly it.
Right. Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember my feeling on the last time I went on the Magic Kingdom one was disappointment in that queue. Yeah. Going like, this looks like a carnival ride queue.
Yeah, it really just it does. It feels like it's
with everything else they have there, like, when you see Beauty and the Beast castle, 7, the dwarves mine, whatever, the outside of their haunted mansion, like it looks good. And then you get to their Fantasyland. This doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, they're the original Fantasyland.
Yeah, that central
one. Yeah,
like the queue to like the character, like the princesses. This looks like you're walking into a building. Like with like cardboard,
right?
Like almost like plywood looking signs, and it's like, this is weird.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. But I think when I wrote it, I was just stuck on the queue being horrible. That whole ride for me was just like, eh.
Yeah.
And then I do kind of miss seeing some of the like Disney characters because they blend in. They're not really jarring, which is why it's a small world Groot with Groot. I'm curious how
I really want to see what it's gonna be like.
Like, how does the Hulk blend into
the small
world? You know what I mean? Like you're going around the Disneyland one and you see Mulan in China. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And like, just if you didn't know, you wouldn't really. Like Cinderella, when you see her, she just looks like she's from that area where all those dolls are. So nothing really stands out. So maybe Aladdin and Jasmine because they're on a flying carpet, but still,
Yeah.
the whole area still feels similar. But like Groot, Rocket,
I know this is gonna be like
Ms. Marvel flying around.
yeah. I mean, I'm kind of I really want to see it. You know,
like I want to see where they are. Like, is
right.
Ms. Marvel gonna be in like the Southeast Asia area? If there
Yeah.
is one, where do you
That's what
stick
I'm
Rocket?
wondering. Like, is it like Groot, like the Guardians chasing Groot through
Through
all of
like
these scenes and
maybe
in
because
the
there's a portal.
the
There's a
world?
portal in the art, right? Because it
Yeah.
looks like there's a portal to some other area.
Yeah.
So maybe,
Yeah.
if anything, I'm
Okay.
definitely very curious to see what this looks like.
Same with me.
So if that's the worst, maybe
Yeah.
this is their just like, you know what? Let's just go for it.
Yeah.
Let's just try something. Maybe it'll work. I don't know what
Yeah.
the draw of Marvel is overseas, but it's got my
Oh,
curiosity.
it's big. It's
Is
big.
it?
Star Wars, interestingly enough, is not big. It's not big in terms of Asia.
Hmm.
I'm not sure about Tokyo, but China,
Not
like, yeah, there's like a in
so.
Shanghai, they
They're like
have
whatever.
this, yeah, they have this Star Wars, like it's kind of like a launch bay, but
Hmm.
nobody is in there. Like nobody goes in there. It's just sad.
I'll go in there.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so one more piece of Disney news. Finally, Disneyland is upgrading its Autopia to electric vehicles. Oh my
Joining the
god.
future.
I know it's just like for the longest time it's like in Tomorrowland, but it's like this cesspit
I
of
know.
gas smell.
Like they have a
And
robot, the Honda
yeah, they
robot
have a
sitting out
yeah,
there.
they have Osimo in there.
Yeah.
Remember him?
And the smell and the fumes just knock you out.
Yeah, it's so true though. It's like smells so bad over there.
It smells, it's loud, and you know, and of course, the internet was all thumbs up on this
Yeah.
because
No. Yeah.
no one's gonna be like diesel or nothing.
I mean, personally, I would just like to scrap Autopia, but I'm not. I know a lot of kids love it.
Yeah, that's
So
the thing. Kids like it gives you the feeling like you are driving,
you're driving. Yeah.
right? Um, but even then, like those pedals aren't like the easiest for little kids. So
No.
usually, the parent has to step on the
Yeah.
gas,
Step on the gas. Yeah.
right?
So maybe they'll
And it's
make it
just
easier.
loud and it's whatever. Like I would, yeah, if it was electric, like those motors, even if it was like a golf cart, they're way easier
Yeah.
than those things, and
Hong Kong
definitely
has electric.
lighter. Do they?
Yeah, they have an electric Autopia, and it's much nicer.
Yeah. So Disney World is Disney World still
I
their
think it's still
version?
gas.
Still
I
gas?
think.
Theirs is
I
also
think it
weirder
is.
too, because it's like a racetrack,
Yeah, yeah. It's like the Speedway, some
something like that.
Speedway.
At least with the Autopia, it's you're kind of like driving through areas, and it's not like a circle. I mean, you go around, but like it's not a racetrack.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to Lucasfilm. So just really quickly, the tickets for Star Wars Celebration Japan in 2025 are going on sale on May 2nd. And so be sure to buy your ticket right away. Otherwise, you too might be Comic Con like I was with D23.
I'm still kind of debating whether or not I can afford to go next year.
Oh my God, if you can. and you can fit in Tokyo Disney Sea at the very least.
Yeah, that's the plan, is to go and at least do Disney Seas. But
Yeah,
at the same time, it's like this time of year, like I'm trying to move out of this apartment
yeah,
and like I need that money to one down payment for another place and then also moving costs and all those kind of things.
right.
So I'm like, ugh. So
Yeah,
we'll see. I have to figure it
yeah,
out. But I
yeah.
did
You
it's
need
been a
another
plan.
place.
I want to go, but I do want to go for several
Yeah,
reasons. One, it's Star Wars, right? But two, I want to go to Japan
yeah.
a little bit.
It's I love Japan. I love Japan so much.
Yeah. So we will see.
All right. Anything more on Celebration or
No. But then also, like, Celebration hasn't been the last one, like, they're really kind of lackluster. Like,
yeah?
sometimes, like,
But you know they
Lucasfilm's
always pump it up for Japan,
way too secretive, so that you don't really learn much. So it's like,
right?
um, especially, I'm like, who knows, in 2025, there should be a lot to talk about, but who knows, right?
Yeah.
The Ray movie, the Mangold movie, the
Hmm.
Filoni movie, the Favreau movie,
Right.
So if all those things get featured and then whatever else they have cooked up is going to be there, it should be a really big show. But then at the same time, sometimes they're just like they hang on to things way too much sometimes.
Hmm.
So we'll see.
Yeah. All right. So May the 4th coming up. There's a lot of things going on. We've got the Phantom Menace 25th anniversary, which will be returning to the theaters, and there will be a look at the Acolyte, um, which will play after the screening, which is weird. Like, why wouldn't they do it before the screening? Um, but they're also going to be playing all 9 Skywalker saga films, um, but only in an epic marathon. So it's going to be a marathon,
Yep,
and huh,
all of them
all of
back
them.
to back. I can never
I
do
just
those.
couldn't. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Maybe when I
You
was
know, like
younger.
when they did the Marvel one, I couldn't.
I
I just there's no way I could do it.
The first Marvel ones. You know how bad how I could, like. Can you imagine doing that now?
Yeah, I know,
Just the
like
movies
all
alone.
20 something. Yeah, can you imagine that? And they do the television series.
Oh my god, there's no way. There's
My
no
God.
way. I
Yeah.
can barely do and like in my house, I can barely do like just a trilogy back to back to back.
Yeah. So true.
And like just sitting here doing that, like I can't. I have to like do something, go to the bathroom, cook.
Yeah. I yeah, that's what I would have to do too.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all going on. And then Tales of the Empire is going to be premiering on Disney Plus. It's 6 all new shorts, similar to the Tales of the Jedi, but instead of it being about Ahsoka and Dooku, this one is about Morgan Elsbeth, who was from Ahsoka, and Barris Offee, who screwed Ahsoka. So, so you got the two of them.
Yes.
You got those two constant foils in Ahsoka's butt. Um,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
so
Yes.
that's going to be interesting. Like, I'm really curious about the Morgan Elsbeth story, but the Barris Offee one, I'm even more curious about
Barris
because
Offee has been a open-ended question since 2013.
yeah,
Um,
she
so for those who know, Barris Offee was the Padawan of Luminara and Dooley. You can see her there, both those characters in Attack of the Clones in the
mhm,
Geonosian arena battle. They're the green-skinned Jedi.
yeah,
And then in the Clone Wars cartoon, Ahsoka being Anakin's Padawan, Ahsoka's a little more brash, a little off the cuff, and Barriss was always kind of like by the numbers, like the perfect Padawan.
Right.
But they were like really good friends. So it made Barriss's
Or
betrayal
betrayal.
even
Yeah.
harder for Ahsoka.
Yeah.
And Barriss is technically not totally wrong. Like she saw that the
No,
Jedi
she wasn't.
were becoming generals. Like that's not what she was taught. Ahsoka came up later, so like even like in the Ahsoka show, she says, like she's been bred just to be a soldier
Mm-hmm.
since she became a Padawan. Barriss, I think, a little bit older or been a Padawan longer, so she was a Padawan during peace times, and
Yeah.
then she got put into being a soldier. So she wasn't wrong. She just definitely went really extreme way of proving that point, especially like harming people, but also framing one of her good friends, which was crazy. And it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't, and everyone believed her, like Ahsoka did it. And then it was Anakin who got to the bottom of it and found out it was Barriss and revealed it. And then last thing we saw of Barriss, she was being taken away in
Yeah.
cuffs. So we don't know. The question was like, what happened to her during Order 66? She wasn't a Jedi technically, but she's a
Mm-hmm.
Jedi. Like she's been trained. Kind of like
Right.
Ahsoka. Ahsoka was not a Jedi at the time, but they still went after her.
Yeah.
But I think this definitely answers some of those questions because in the trailer you see someone approaching her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, like it's gonna be too similar to probably the first Tales of the Jedi, where it's taking each of those characters in 3 episodes, but each episode is like a different time period.
Right.
So yeah.
All I know is that Tales of the Jedi made Count Dooku seem way more interesting than he was in
Yes.
the prequel series, and so that's why I'm really looking forward to seeing how they're going to flesh out these stories.
Yeah. I like it's funny, like I didn't see this coming. Like a story about Morgan Elsbeth or Barriss Offee.
Yeah.
Because like no one knew we knew that there was going to be a second season of Tales of the Jedi, but we
Right.
did not know it would be Tales of
The
blank.
Empire.
It's the like Tales of is the series.
Yeah.
Um, so like, I'm now curious. Hopefully, I'm guessing they'll have a third season. Like other than
Yeah.
like Tales of the Rebellion, Tales of maybe it'll
Right.
be
Yeah.
even
We
even
didn't know what it
earlier
was
than
going
that,
to be.
right? Maybe they'll start telling stories in the 30 years between Return of the Jedi and uh Force Awakens and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
but yeah, the it looks like Barriss. So the thing about Count Dooku and Ahsoka is like they went very two opposite directions. Their characters, like one
Mm-hmm.
fell to the dark side, right, with all the things he went through. That's Count Dooku, and Ahsoka kind of rose above it, all that stuff that she went through.
Right.
So I'm guessing it's gonna be the same for why they chose Morgan Elsbeth and Barriss Offee,
Mm-hmm.
and one will probably like Morgan Elsbeth as a Night Sister. She saw, it wasn't the Empire per se destroy the Night Sisters, but
Yeah.
technically it was the Empire. It was beginnings
Yeah.
of the Empire, and she joins with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, and then you have Barriss who betrayed the Jedi. Is looks like to be made into an Inquisitor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I'm gonna assume that Morgan, we know what happens to her. She sides with Thrawn, all those kind of things. I think Barriss is going to maybe redeem herself and go against the Sith Inquisitors.
Yeah, because it makes it look like she becomes a Sith, but
Yeah.
we'll see. Or we'll see. We'll see what happens. So,
May
but
4th. I think they're all
yeah,
coming out
May
at the
4th.
same time. So
Yeah, awesome. All right, so let's move to Marvel news. Florence Pugh put on her Instagram a kind of behind the scenes of her. She's dressed as Yelena Belova, and I just love her. I love Florence Pugh. I just think that
Yeah.
she's such a great actress, and I love her as Yelena Belova, especially on Hawkeye. I loved her in that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's basically they're. I think they're trying to do like I think they learned from Ryan Reynolds that
Oh,
kind of showing off little things and here and there is not entirely a bad thing to
yeah.
get people stoked. And she doesn't really show you much,
Much.
but
No.
it's just kind of a fun video to try and speculate and try to figure out what's and to let us know that this is still in production and it's going
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I like how it's like staged as like, oh, this is impromptu.
yeah.
But every single frame of this was carefully
Was
planned. Like
gone through
especially this
by
scene right here. There's no way they would have shown computer screens with stuff going
right.
on if that
Yeah.
wasn't. And then the Thunderbolts
Thunderbolts. Yeah.
logo.
Yeah. I mean, it's very calculated, but she does it in such a
It seems
fun
very
way.
natural. Yeah.
Yeah. She's just so fun about it. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, I love it. I love it. So, yeah, like I said, it doesn't show much, but, it still makes you excited about the film.
Yeah. Like I'm definitely curious to see how it fits in. Like I feel like it's gonna be the opposite of the new Captain America. Like takes this up a little bit seriously. I feel like this just having her and Red Guardian, David Harbour's character,
Hmm.
um, I feel like definitely is gonna be a lot of more lighthearted comedy y stuff in this one. And
Hmm.
Julia Louis Dreyfus is gonna be in it as well.
Yeah.
Juxtaposed to like Ghost and Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we also have Bucky. Bucky's in this also.
Yeah.
So
Bucky's in it, and
um uh
U.S. agent.
US agent.
Yeah, U.S.
Um
agent.
who like maybe will like him more because now it'll be off of Monarch where he's
Yeah.
playing young his dad, young Kurt Russell.
Yeah. And oh, and David Harbour as Red Guardian.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Um
love I love that character.
I think people are thinking it might be like Marvel's Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
Right?
I
It kind
mean,
of fits.
yeah, and Julie Lou Dreyfus is like the Amanda Waller.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Like I've seen rumors. I don't want to like mention exactly, but like if the rumors I hear are true, it should be pretty
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah.
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 All right. So there's some Fantastic Four um, casting news. So from what I understand, I didn't put it down in the notes here, but Javier Bardem has been approached to play Galactus,
That's
and
a rumor. Yeah.
that's a rumor. It's a rumor. They said that they're in talk, and I thought this was confirmed, but I guess also she's in talk. Julia Garner is going to play a female Silver Surfer, which everybody's going to lose their minds.
Everyone's gonna be like, "What?"
They're going to be like, "He can't be a woman."
But fun fact, she's actually playing the female Silver Surfer.
Yeah,
So there is a female Silver Surfer. So
yeah. So I
so this is
mean,
not like a made up character and gender bend. She's actually playing. I can't remember the name of the specific one,
yeah,
but
Shala something. I can't remember her name.
something. Yeah.
Yeah,
So because one, Galactus has several heralds, and some of them were female, so that's
right.
fine.
Yeah,
Two, Silver Surfer, the original Silver Surfer was just a manifestation of something. It just happened to
yeah,
be a silver naked dude on a
right.
surfboard. Like
Northern
it
Rat.
didn't really need to be a male.
No.
But you know, she is not playing that version of Silver Surfer. My guess is going to be like the origin of Silver Surfer is going to be a combination of the original, because like even Silver Surfer had like two different origins, right? I think later on he was a scientist, that's something, whatever. I think the original was he was a manifestation created by Galactus, and then it kind of got retconned into he used to be a scientist.
Yeah, Loren Rad.
Because Marvel science.
Yes, exactly.
So I think it's going to be maybe a combo of different aspects of the Silver Surfer. This is what I'm kind of hoping it's going to be. And it should be fun.
Yeah,
like it's crazy that we're going to get Galactus. And you know, I'm pretty positive it's not going to be a Cloud.
A Cloud, yeah.
Like it's got to be like we keep saying, like they made Mysterio work in live action.
Yeah,
you can make Galactus this huge planet eating, or if rumors are true, universe eating entity.
Yeah.
Right.
Although I honestly though I felt the best part of Rise of the Silver Surfer was the Silver Surfer.
Who played Silver Surfer in that movie?
I think it was Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, well, I guess it was all CG.
Yeah, it was all CG. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
But he looked good. I thought that his characterization was good. It's just, you know,
he's supposed to be also in Thunderbolts. I forgot about that. He's supposed to return.
Yeah. Lawrence Fishburne as Bill Foster.
Yeah. So,
AKA Goliath.
But as for like, I'm not totally familiar with her. Like, I know she was in Ozarks. I know she was in that that Netflix show where she played that lady who was like, I don't say crazy, but like she, what's it called?
Can't remember.
But what I do know her from is the George Clooney Nespresso commercial where they make a bet and she rides off in his car, and then he gets her scooter.
Right.
That's her. So that's what I know her from. But that's I saw clips of what she played on both that Netflix show and Ozarks, and like, I was surprised it was the same person. Like, I think she, just judging by those two roles, I'm like, she can meld into whatever role.
I mean, given, seriously though, Marvel has not gone wrong with casting. No. Yeah. You know, have they had some misfires lately? Yes. But the casting has always been stellar.
Yeah, it's always been like, any issue with Marvel has been really production, visual effects production on a lot of things. It just seemed rushed, and then sometimes the writing just seems very messy.
I blame on some things.
Yeah.
No, I don't actually do. All right, so Daredevil Born Again is begun filming. They reworked the series through the strike. And we will see the return of John Bernthal as Punisher, Deborah Ann Wall as Karen Page, and yay, Eldon Henson as Foggy Nelson. Because I just really love that cast. So
yeah,
I'm so glad.
Again, great cast.
Yeah, because I mean, there was a question as to whether Deborah Ann Woll and Eldon Henson would return.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that they are coming back.
Yeah, it wasn't until like maybe a couple of weeks ago there was some leaked footage of Deborah Ann Woll and Eldon on set.
Yeah.
Then it broke there, but then this was definitely a look at us, we are filming,
right?
And look who's here, kind of thing, right? So I'm glad, because I really like that cast, and like, I don't know if it was, if Karen Page and Foggy Nelson were part of the original story, because they kind of scrapped whatever they were working on before,
right?
And I think it played into the ending of Echo. I think they changed some stuff in the ending of Echo to fit whatever's going on here. But if that's the case, I'm glad they reworked it then, because you needed Nelson and Page, in this story.
Yeah.
right? That and I'm a big fan of Deborah Ann Wall. If you haven't, like, she's a great Dungeons and Dragons DM.
Oh yeah, I've seen you've shown me some stuff with
Yeah.
her in it.
Like,
Yeah,
she is great at it.
that's awesome.
Yeah, and she's a cool person, at least from what
Yeah,
I've seen.
yeah.
I once saw her. I want to see she was hosting a panel at, I can't remember if it was WonderCon or Comic Con. It was like her and oh my god, Matt Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
And she seemed fun. So I've been a fan since then.
Okay. All right. Well, our final piece of news is from 20th Century. 20th Century has released a new posters, I should say, and a new look at the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It's kind of an IMAX ad, and it looks incredible.
Is
Uh,
this all the same
the same, yeah. This is a
universe?
continuation.
Okay, I haven't kept up since that first one. Not the was it Tim Burton that did that one with Marky Mark?
Yeah, that's
That
a
doesn't
different.
count. The
No,
one with James Franco?
yeah, James Franco was the first one,
Yeah.
and that introduced Caesar,
Okay.
and Caesar was the main character um, for the first three films, and then I think this one is his son. Is
Mm,
the I think is his son is the main character.
cool.
So it looks amazing though, and um, I love the franchise. Like
I heard it's good. I haven't kept up. Like, it's funny, like this franchise and the monsters, like the Godzilla
oh
one,
yeah,
I want to watch.
I want to watch because I heard Mothra is in Godzilla versus King Kong, and I love Mothra.
Mothra,
Mothra.
Mothra.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I would like if you ever have some free time to watch them. I think that they're very well done, and you know, some of Andy Serkis's best work. I think um, he plays Caesar.
Andy Circus.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
so
Cool. Yeah, I'll try to find time to watch it.
check it out.
Check it out. There's a
All
lot.
right.
But yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was like, there's a lot to catch up on. Hopefully, this year there's not a lot going on anyway, as far as movies and whatever, because of the strikes and stuff.
Yeah.
At least for the first half of the year, like just Deadpool and Wolverine, and then I don't
And
know after that, movie wise.
Inside Out 2 is coming out, and
Right. What comes out in? There's something coming out in. Oh, Moana 2 is coming out at the end of the year.
yeah, Moana 2.
Oh, I forgot. They showed like a frame of Moana 2
Yeah.
earlier this week.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing to write home about. It's just like her going. I mean, like it could have been from Moana for all we knew.
I don't know. She looked older. There was a weird creature in the background. Her aura
Yeah.
had Maui's hook carved into it.
Right.
Like they chose it for a reason. It wasn't some random thing. It was like one,
Yeah.
to show that she's older. Two, there's a weird creature in the background. Like, what's that about?
Maybe I'll have to look at it more closely because when I saw it just you know just by like in passing, and I was like, oh, that's it. So yeah, I'll have to look at it again. Oh, there it is.
See, look at
Okay, she does look older. Okay,
she does look
I see
older.
that. I see that.
These are two eyes. What are the?
Got
What is
two
this?
eyes.
Then the hook is right
Yeah.
there. Like I said, this is
Well, I'm
not, and
looking
this is
forward
a
to it.
huge. This is a huge whatever this is.
Yeah.
Don't know. I just want to know what this is, and if it's to be voiced by a comedian.
I bet you it is. I bet you
It's
it
the, it's
is.
the other guy from Flight of the Conchords.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
All right. Well, that is it. Um, anything else that you would like to bring up?
No.
All right.
Do you have any?
Well, nope, I don't have anything.
Yeah.
Um, all right. Well, if you are not currently subscribed to our channel, we'd love it if you would subscribe. We'd love it if you would like this program, and please leave us comments. We'd love to hear from you what you'd like to for us to talk about and things like that. So, with that, I will say goodbye.
Yeah. Catch you on the flip side.